Could Cedar Point really remove Gemini? That's a big question, and there's some rumors swirling around that this actually might happen. So here are 5 reasons why I think Cedar Point could remove Gemini by the end of the decade. So 2030, the ride's gone. And I'm going to share my final predictions with you at the end as far as if I really think this is going to happen or not. And share like what type of ride would be so good in this area, because I think you would like it. This is Theme Park Brandon, and I'm really glad you're here. And Cedar Point obviously is the coaster mecca. And there's a lot of rides at Cedar Point that are in the pool of possibility of getting removed. We're talking Corkscrew, obviously, Cedar Creek Mine Ride, Iron Dragon, Rougarou, and obviously Gemini. Magnum, I mean, I think Magnum would get retracked more than anything else, but Gemini opened up in 1978. This aerodynamics, ginormous, glorified mine train hybrid coaster stands at a height of 125 feet, features a track length of 3,935 feet, top speed of 60 miles an hour, with a vertical angle of a drop of 55 degrees. Now, I really like Gemini. It's a fun ride. It's not open very much when it's like the slower part of the season for Cedar Point, unfortunately. But it's beside the ending. The ending's horrible. You get a great head chopper. It's a relatively smooth ride, decent floater airtime. I love reaching out and high-fiving other riders when it duels. You get great views of Top Thrill 2 and Magnum. There's a lot to love about Gemini, but the first reason why is, and these are in no particular order, but the age. Again, 1978. This ride's up there in age. It is a big mine train coaster. So, would they remove it for the age? I mean, obviously, Cedar Point, you have a lot of coasters that are creeping up there in age where they're going to have to make some hard decisions about, and obviously Gemini it offers the biggest plot of land, which brings me to my next one, and that's the land, the size. It's massive. Out of all the other coasters that I mentioned that could get removed, none of them are as large as take up as much room as Gemini. Cedar Point could essentially make a whole entire new expansion of a whole midway, have a bunch of different new rides, a new coaster, all in this area. Obviously, the coaster wouldn't be near as big as Gemini, but there's a lot of ways they could do it. Like, just imagine a Vekoma family boomerang coaster interacting with a bunch of new family rides. That sounds kind of cool. Or like dueling Vekoma family boomerang coasters. So, first one's the age. Second one's the plot of land. I mean, again, this is a huge plot of land. There's a lot that they could do with this. And then the location. You're right there. You have your own midway, the Gemini midway that could always get rethemed. But you're right in between Magnum, Top Thrill 2, and Steel Vengeance. I just think that this area could benefit from a marquee ride, a star attraction at Cedar Point, possibly the best coaster in the entire park. And because the midway warrants it, and it's just a long stretch of just Gemini, which isn't open all the time. Then you have Camp Snoopy off to your left. I think this area could really benefit from a major attraction. The next one is staffing. Again, this ride usually doesn't duel. I mean, I'm sure it does, but anytime I'm there, it's either closed or they're running one side. But staffing, I mean, you have to have at least one operator and then 2 attendants per side. So you're doubling what you normally would have if you run one side. So I think that's a big thing right now, especially staffing costs so much and it's hard to find good workers. Then finally, not popular anymore. Now, is it really popular? For those of you who go to Cedar Point a lot, please let me know. Again, whenever I'm there, it's either not open or it's one side, and the line's pretty long because it's one side. Gemini is a classic ride at Cedar Point. I really hope it does stay. I really enjoy it. But there is one ride out there that I just feel like this is the plot of land for it. It's almost meant to be. Before I share that with you, do I think Gemini is going to get removed before 2030? Is it the park's next coaster to get removed? That's a hard It's hard to pick that. Because I was told by multiple people Corkscrew days are numbered. Well, it's still standing. Okay. Iron Dragon, I mean, there's only 5 aero suspended coasters left. That's very interesting right there. And then you have Cedar Creek Mine Ride, which is Cedar Point's mine train coaster, which is older than Gemini. That's a big plot of land as well, especially when you pair that with the Snake River Falls plot of land. There's a lot Cedar Point can do there, guys. I don't really gamble, but if I was a betting man, I would put money on Gemini. Knowing what I know about this replacement for it, I think Gemini does go first by 2030. I do. I don't want to say it. I feel like that is the best decision for Cedar Point for their next major expansion. Rougarou, obviously, I don't think they'll relocate it. I think they'll just let that ride be there for another 10 years. It's still decently popular until it reaches its end of life, and then you just scrap it. Iron Dragon, that's a ride where they could easily just remove anytime they want to, and they don't have to replace anything there because it's on the island. They can always, really, you wouldn't really know something's missing there. But as far as the replacement goes, before I share that with you, if you have not already, check out themeparkbranded.com, my new online merch store. I have a whole new merch provider, really good quality, better quality t-shirts, hoodies, coffee cups, all these great things. I really appreciate all the support as well as my posters. Again, themeparkbranded.com. I greatly appreciate all the support. So about a month ago, RMC released their new Split-Rex coaster. It's not the T-Rex coaster, but it's pretty similar. This might be the only way they're going to be able to bring that style of ride to life, is this concept. It appears it could do anything that the T-Rex could have done. Just imagine a Split-Rex on the Gemini plot of land, have a lift hill height of around 350 feet, couple inversions, insane airtime hills. Like, the roller coaster gods, please, please, please. That would transform Cedar Point's coaster lineup and make it 100 times better. We all love RMC. This ride, I do believe this thing's going to get built soon. I think we might even have an announcement coming up at IAAPA in a few weeks for a park overseas that's going to be building this. Just imagine if Cedar Point builds this and builds the largest version of it. We're talking a ride that's better than Steel Vengeance, better than Maverick, better than Top Thrill 2, even better than Wild Mouse. I don't think so, but I guess that might, maybe. What do you think? Wild Mouse or a T-Rex? Or a split T-Rex? Either way, the Gemini plot of land is massive, and to have a ride like the T-Rex, the Split-Rex coaster be located at Cedar Point, this makes the perfect sense for a Twister-style layout of just a massive coaster put in the back of the park. It helps spread the crowds out even more. So now I'm just thinking about this. That is what I hope that they do. What are your thoughts? Do you think that Cedar Point would go this route? If not, what type of coaster do you think they would replace Gemini with? You know what to do. Let me know in the comments. And speaking of tall coasters at Cedar Point, be sure to check out the spotlight video at the bottom of your screen, where I break down each coaster's height at Cedar Point from the shortest to the tallest. There's a few surprises there, so be sure to check that out. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. This is Theme Park Brandon. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.